Viewer discretion is advised. Some relatives of Derion Vence spoke out. His brother and his father. His brother didn't say too much of nothing, only that his brother is innocent and that he would make some type of statement in the future. And his father, he said a lot, but when I listened to his father's interview over and over, to be honest, all I really heard was a parent trying to save their child. It's like when you interviewed Brittany, where she was throwing shade on Derion. Then they interviewed Darion's father, and he's throwing shade back at Brittany and the father of Malia, Craig. And when it comes to Darion's brother, he did not have the appearance of a person whose brother is facing the death penalty, really. Not only life imprisonment, but he's also facing the death penalty. And all I saw was smiles on his face, like he was probably happy to be on television. So I did not see this sense of urgency on his face. So as I say, his interview, I just didn't really see nothing that would make me say that your brother is innocent. In the interview, Darion's father says that he believes his son, but no one else does. So let's look over some of these things that your son said. First, your son said that while he was driving, he heard a popping noise, and he pulled his car over to investigate. No one I know, especially a black person, when they're driving and hear a popping noise, that they will pull over to investigate. The only way that I will pull over to get out and see what's wrong is if the car is stopped. I'm not going to stop my car because I have a popping noise and the car is still moving. And if I hear a popping noise and I look in my rearview mirror and I see somebody tailing me, I'm not going to pull over. Because he said when he pulled over and got out to investigate, a truck pulled up behind him. So I mean the truck had to be somewhere close behind him. And he thought these guys were going to help him. That don't even sound right coming from a black person, especially say from St. Louis. We don't do stupid things like that. I hear a popping noise, I'm going to pull over, and next thing I know somebody is jacking me, beating me up. And that's another part of the story that I have a hard time believing, is the part about him being abducted. He said that the Hispanics roughed him up, put him in the bed of their truck, him and his son. And I'm guessing Malia too, he was knocked out. How would he know? But that's what he said. Now, first I would like to say, when his son got to the hospital, did they check the son to see if he was dehydrated? Because you say, y'all been riding around for a whole day. What did your son eat? Who changed his pamper? I mean, does he wear pampers? How did he use the restroom? It's things that he's saying that just not matching up. Derion said that he woke up on the side of a highway, him and his son. Now, why his son didn't wander off in the middle of the freeway, I don't know. Must be a good child. But that's what he says. And he said that he walked all the way to the hospital in spite of the surveillance footage showing him being dropped off at the hospital in the same car that he reported stolen. There is also some surveillance footage showing him leaving his house the day that he said he was abducted. Black pants, white shirt. When he left the hospital, he had on black pants and white shirt. The shirt didn't appear to be dirty, smudged up, ripped up from being handled, because he said he was roughed up. So wouldn't his shirt have been torn a little bit? And what about the injuries he sustained during this abduction? The scab he had on his head, when they cleaned it off, it was nothing more than a scratch. Scratches on his neck. Scratches on his chest. Again, those do not look like abduction injuries. Those are like injuries he got from somebody trying to fight them off of him. The little scratch on his chest, the scratches are going down. The scratches on his neck across, like somebody's trying to get him off of them. They don't look like a beating from an abduction. Because you said that his son, that they rammed his head into the car. That would be some type of gash, not a damn scratch. If they were beating him and kicking him, he would have some real bruises. You would see him, not these damn scratches. So like I said, like, I understand that you love your son. Most parents do. And I understand that most parents would do anything to protect their child. Derion's father also said that his other son was stopped by the police when his son was trying to leave the city. And he was like confused as to why the police officer would do that. Because your son is involved in a missing persons case. And it was kind of strange that all of a sudden that your other son would just want to pack up and leave all of a sudden, like he's in fear of his life. From who? If someone was after your son or making threats towards your son involved in this particular case, why didn't you call the authorities? See, it's like people these days want to say anything and people are just supposed to believe it. And you haven't put, it's like it's a lie that you have not put any work into. You're just saying the first thing that comes to your mind. You say that you tried to get your son to leave Miss Bowens alone. Must have been something toxic about her that you was trying to say. And then you were saying that you don't know why Malia's father was not in the picture. Well, if you said that you were trying to get your son to stop dating her for whatever reason, because you never really gave any reasons, well, maybe Malia's biological father left for those same reasons that your son refused to leave for. And it's like this here, man. It's like you want the world to believe that your son is lame. He's just some little boy that know what the hell he's doing. Running around these streets trying to be grown and don't know what the hell being grown is all about. That's what you're saying. See, Darion's father is trying to portray Miss Bowens to be some type of bad parent, which he doesn't have to do because she's doing that all by herself. She don't need no help with that. But you're not doing anything to help your son. When he was asked about the laundry basket, his father replied, well, he was doing laundry. Well, if he was doing laundry, where are the clothes? They found the laundry basket with no clothes in them. So, where are the clothes? And I'm not trying to keep going backwards and forwards. But if someone abducted your son and kidnapped Malia, why would they leave his ass alive to identify them? That don't make no fucking sense at all. And why can't your son identify him? Because I think y'all see what happened around about 6 or 7 o'clock that evening. It don't start getting dark in Houston till about 8:30. So around 6 or 7 o'clock, there's enough light to where he can see, especially somebody he started it was Hispanics. What are their descriptions? And to be honest with you, I don't think they will ever find these Hispanics because there were no Hispanics. I really feel as if this is a family deal here. Because who would assist a person that has murdered someone else except for a family member? Why did your son jump up and leave all of a sudden? Because he didn't want to be implicated with his brother. Why would he be implicated with his brother? If he had me and my brother had no contact, I stay on one side of town, he stay on the other side of town, he committed a crime, that's his ass. That ain't got shit to do with me. Why the hell I got to leave? But now if I probably did something, I'm trying to hurt him get the hell up out of here. Now I can see that. A lot of people are saying, well, why weren't they so fast to issue an Amber Alert? Because usually when things like this happen, sometimes it's a parent will take the child. So they don't issue these Amber Alerts because they're really trying to see first what the hell the real deal is. It might not be an abduction. So that's why they're not so fast to do it, because sometimes these children do pop up in less than 24 hours. So that's why they usually wait. It's not like they don't want to do it. They don't want to be quick in doing that. He was saying that his son was really the one taking care of that family. His son taught Malia and her brother how to talk because they really, I guess, they had a speech impediment. He was the breadwinner of that family, according to his father. And as I say, it's like what you really want the public to believe is that your son is a knucklehead lame. And we just cannot believe that because of the fact that your son had Malia in his possession at the time that she was abducted. And there is lapse in time that cannot be accounted for. And we just don't believe your son. Just like I know in your heart you really don't believe him either. You just saying what a dad would say. And we understand that. I also know that Miss Brittany Boyens does play a big part in this. Because I'm wondering, did she ever call home when she was up in Massachusetts to check to see what the hell is going on with the family? Hey, let me talk to my baby. Did she ever do that? So like I say, man, this thing as a whole, this whole shit is messed up and intertwined. We don't know who the hell believe. But we know this one thing is that your son ass is guilty. Did Brittany Boyens have a part in this? Yes. Directly or indirectly, she plays a part in this. But your son plays the biggest part because he had Malia in his possession. The stories that he are telling are not matching up. The injuries that he sustained are not injuries from a beating. So no, I do not believe Derion's father. I saw the interview, and my opinion is still the same. Is that Derion Vence killed his stepdaughter. Why he did it, we don't have a clue. Only Derion can answer that question. Yes, there are some questions that I'm wondering myself. I want to see that video of Derion Vence actually getting out of the car at the hospital. They've shown the other ones. But I'm guessing that if they said it, they got it. They're not going to say it and make themselves look bad. I don't envision them doing that. So if they say they have their photo, I believe it. And as I say, man, I hate that your son made what we call an asshole play. And you said that you've been trying to get your son away from this woman. I feel sorry for any man or woman that hooks up with a person that is bad for them, that's going to bring them down. But that's a lesson that all people have to learn on their own, is that who to mess with and who not to mess with. I really have sympathy for the people that love Malia. Those are the ones that are suffering. I don't feel sorry for Derion because he the one that chose to be with Miss Brittany. He the one that chose to stay in that relationship when he had all kinds of signs to get the hell out. I don't feel sorry for Brittany Bowens because she should be a better mother. Quit flip-flopping around, get you a damn man to be with, settle your ass down and be happy with him. See, people got to stop doing ignorant shit. You driving down the street, you hear a popping noise, don't your ass stop. You keep driving until you get to a gas station or somewhere that's well lit where a lot of people at. Don't your fool ass stop, get out the goddamn car and get jacked. That's dumb. Don't hook up with no goddamn body who, if you hook up with a person, man or woman, they don't give a shit about their own child. Why would you be with that person? If they treat their own child bad, how the hell do you think they're going to treat you? Don't hook up with no lazy motherfucker. If a person is not trying to assist you and trying to reach or achieve this next level, you don't have no business being with them. Their ass ain't gonna do it but hold you down and push you backwards in life. As I say, when tragedy happens, it's really a lesson for the people that are watching. It's teaching you what to do and what not to do. There are a lot of lessons to be learned from watching this one case. Be careful of who you trust and who you put around your life and who you let into your life, because it could be the end of your life if you let the wrong person in.